We are continuing our conversations with the newest faces on the San Antonio City Council, and today in our KSAT Q&A, we welcome that representative who is now leading District 10, Mark White. Thanks so much for being here.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Congrats on your election now. You were just talking a little bit earlier how not being in a runoff gave you a little bit of a head start. So how are you feeling things out in this role so far?
Yeah, well, blessed to be able to do it and win on May 6th. So thank you to the voters of District 10 for getting me there without that extra 30-day runoff. I feel great. You know, the wind is at our back. I've had an opportunity to really try to get to know all the other folks on council, start building those relationships so that we can hit the ground running and really get things done for the city.
Yeah. What do you think the biggest priority is? What do you think resonated with voters on election night that got you where you are right now?
Yeah, I think voters saw somebody that was genuine, saw somebody that really connected and believes in the things that they do. District 10 is a hard-working district. They believe in really the core values of our city. You know, this is a city of great hard-working people. We have great culture here in San Antonio, and I think they looked at me as somebody who could advocate for the things that they want, which is public safety, economic development, really things that affect their day-to-day lives.
You have talked about how crime, the concerns about crime is something that you've continued to hear from people in District 10. We have seen a wave of gun violence in San Antonio recently. What are your hopes in terms of something the city can do to try to tackle that problem?
Well, you know, we get into budget season coming up right when we get back from the break in August. And I talked about it a lot on the campaign, but we've got to have more officers on the street. So one of my priorities is making sure we get money in this budget for as many new officers on the street as we can. You know, it was by far the #1 issue I heard about on the campaign. Every day out there block walking, it seemed like I would hear a different story about a theft or some other crime. So we have to have well-trained officers. We got to have more of them out there protecting the citizens, because there's nothing more important to our residents than feeling safe in their homes.
When you said well-trained, it's something that we've asked each of the new council members so far, is their reaction to the shooting that occurred early in the morning on Friday. 46-year-old woman, Melissa Perez, inside her apartment. The chief calling for murder charges, 3 officers facing murder charges. Your reaction to what happened and what you would like to see change because of that?
Yeah, tragic, of course, and so condolences go out to Ms. Perez's family, certainly. Look, 99% of our officers do a great job. You know, they put their lives on the line every single day to protect our residents. But every now and again, we have unfortunate incidents like this, and I don't want to comment on the investigation and where any of that's going to go, but we need to have a well-trained police force. And here we had a situation with a lady that unfortunately I think was suffering from some mental health issues. We have to make sure our police are trained to deal with individuals that do have some of those same issues, so that when they encounter them, we can have better outcomes than what we had this past week. So it's a tragic situation. Of course, I'm sorry that it happened, and I hope that we can learn from it so that moving forward, when our officers encounter another situation like this, we don't have such a tragic result.
Local police officers at the county level as well, they have made strides to include mental health resources, creating teams that can go out along with officers. Is there something that you feel like the city still needs to do to sort of close the gap in mental health resources?
I think just continue the training, you know, and I've had an opportunity to talk with Chief McManus about this exact issue. I think just continuing the training, making sure that all the officers understand that when you encounter a situation where you have an individual that may have these issues, you have to treat it a little bit differently than maybe a different situation. So continue the training, make sure that everybody's getting it, make sure that the resources are there to provide answers to questions that officers may have. If we keep doing that, again, I think we're going to be okay. And you know, 99% of the officers, again, really do a great job handling these situations.
You take over for Clayton Perry. You know, he got in some legal trouble. He had some issues. It seemed to divide the district, those that supported him and those that didn't support him. How do you overcome that? Or do you think that that's one of the things that people rallied around with you?
Yeah, so I'll tell you, I don't know that it divided the district. Clayton, I think, by and large, did a great job for District 10.
Yes.
He's a good person. It's very unfortunate what happened to him. I think the district appreciated Clayton's work, and they look to me as somebody that's going to continue a lot of the things that he did. You might have seen the other week, we built on that homestead exemption, right? Clayton was instrumental in getting that 10%. We've now gone further and maximized it to 20%. So I think the voters in District 10 look at me as somebody that's going to continue those pro-business, conservative policies that put the neighborhoods first, and that's exactly what we're going to do.
You have a couple former councilmen there in Mike Gallagher and Clayton Perry. Have you talked to both of them, and do you plan on leaning on them as you begin your tenure? Yeah,
we're very lucky in District 10 that the former councilmen are still very involved in the district. So I'd be crazy not to lean on them for advice moving forward. You know, I'm one of those guys that I know what I know what I don't know. And so if I can gain some wisdom from them and learn from their experiences in the past, I'm going to do it.
You are a self-proclaimed conservative voice on the council. I want to ask you about this preemption bill, which has created a lot of consternation among the city council. A lot of people, a lot of council members, they don't support it. This is something that at the state level, lawmakers pass that basically would say local ordinances cannot be created that would cover something already addressed at the state level. You support that, though.
Yeah, well, for the life of me, I cannot figure out why there's so much overreaction going on from some of my council colleagues on this issue. Look, this is a bill designed to help businesses, right? Imagine a business trying to do, a company trying to do business in Austin, San Antonio, Dallas, and all these different jurisdictions have all these different sets of rules. That's going to be cumbersome and expensive for that business to figure out how they're going to work in these different areas, right? This bill is designed to make it easier and less expensive for companies to do business in the state of Texas. That's a good thing. And what it's going to do for us on city council is it's going to allow us to focus on the core issues of this city that the people elected us to address, right? Homelessness, crime, economic development. That's what we got to be focused on. And so this bill isn't going to do anything to stop us from doing our job. It's a good bill. And I think everybody's going to see after it goes into effect on September 1st, we're going to be all right.
All right. I like to end on a light note. I know that you are already feeling blessed to win the election. And timing is everything. I mean, you got to see Victor Wembanyama, at the Arneson River Theater with your kids. I mean, that doesn't happen unless you're elected.
Yeah, I guess there's a couple perks to this job, and it was great to get to be there when Wemby got to San Antonio.
You just needed the wide angle, right, for the kids in Wembanyama?
I took a picture of my kids next to him, and all I saw was the tops of their heads because they were about at his hip. But no, it was fun. My kids are enjoying it, and I'm excited to get to work for San Antonio.
Mark White, newly elected in District 10, thanks so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Thank you, Mark. We'll be right back. The Federal Aviation Administration predicting that today will be the busiest for July 4th air travel, with more than 52,000 flights crisscrossing through the skies throughout the day. But stormy weather and a backlog from days of delays and cancellations could mean continued headaches for many flyers. Laura Aguirre with how the travel rush is shaping up.
Coast to coast, air travel is testing patience.
And then I got a text message on my phone from United saying that it was just canceled with no explanation, we're going to rebook you, just canceled, and that's it.
As July 4th air travel throttles up Thursday, the ripple effect from days of delays and cancellations are still being felt.
Oh my God, it was horrible, but check your flights ahead of time, way ahead of time.
Behind that backlog, severe storms that pummeled much of the U.S. earlier in the week, compounding existing issues like staffing shortfalls at airlines and the FAA.
There need to be more resources for air traffic control. That's why we're hiring 1,500 more controllers this year. We got plans for another 1,800 controllers next year.
But one major carrier is standing out.
United Airlines has some internal issues they need to work through. They've really been struggling this week, even relative to other U.S. airlines.
United's had the majority of daily disruptions since last Monday, according to FlightAware. The airline and the federal government trading blame for the problems. But in a statement Thursday, United vows an all-hands-on-deck effort to get their passengers moving and say operations will be restored for the holiday weekend. This promise, as more storms across the South and Midwest Thursday could add new ground stops and delays into the mix, which could be the breaking point for some.
I'm ready to rent a car and drive 18 hours.
I'm Laura Aguirre for KSAT12 News.
All right, look outside with live cam. Plenty hot, even though it didn't hit 100.
Woo!
That's right. Woohoo on this Thursday, Adam.
Where's my confetti cannon?
Have a sub 100
Right?
party, right?
I could use my confetti. Actually, I need to keep one of my canyons behind the set here. I do around Fiesta time. I should just do it more frequently.
Oh, yeah, the confetti's still up there.
It's all over the place.
Yeah.
I was actually in my garage just yesterday, and all of a sudden a little piece fluttered down from somewhere. I don't know where. I mean, that's my research and development zone, so it makes sense. 99 right now, and no, we did not hit 100. 91 at 9 o'clock. By midnight, we're at 83. We'll talk about our rain chances, the African dust, where it is, and when we could see some in just a bit.
All right, I do have to tell you, I got a kick out of the fact that Adam Caskey calls his garage his research and development area.
Yeah, that's where the R&D happens.
It's kind of a lot of different things.
Oh, yes, it is. I mean,
It's not just R&D.
no, you could call it a man cave, the dartboard zone.
I knew
right?
there were darts.
Oh, yeah, I just got a new
Don't you
board.
brew beer in there too?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah, okay.
That could be R&D, you know.
Totally is. Yeah, there's a lot really that goes on. Fixing things, making things, thermometer zone.
The R&D would be more
Giving your,
H&B.
I was going to say
Hops and barley.
giving your wife a break zone. Maybe a little bit of that
See,
too.
she thinks like a woman. I love it. Yep.
I know.
Honey, don't you need to go out to the garage for a little bit?
Okay.
Oh, fine. All right, let's take a look at our temperature trend. By the way, it has been pretty hot in the garage lately, I got to tell you that. Notice our high temperatures starting to take a drop. Now, we did not hit 100 today, and I don't expect us to really hit 100 most of the next 7 days. Tomorrow we could briefly do it, but by and large, upper 90s through the weekend and then mid 90s as we get into next week. So here's the overall pattern. Rain, parts of West Texas, New Mexico, and even clipping the Panhandle again. The Panhandle of Texas has had the most improvement over the past couple of weeks when it comes to the drought conditions. And I'll show you the drought monitor again coming up on the night beat. But the alleyway for severe weather has been around the upper edge of the upper level high, that ridge, and that's going to be the case again into tomorrow. And it's no coincidence that some of the hottest temperatures in the nation are right underneath that heat high. So today, only 99 here in San Antonio, but near 100 for the most part underneath that heat high, from Little Rock to Wichita to here in San Antonio, El Paso 102. Outside that heat high, temperatures in some cases are 70s and 80s, but that's pushing eastward and weakening. And then we're going to have a split high system, which means neither of them are going to be very strong, and we'll be in the middle. And I do think that opens the door for the chance of a few daily, highly isolated or stray showers and storms starting early next week on Monday. Only a 20% chance Tuesday through Thursday. Now, I want to talk about the African dust. It's that time of year where that dust can drift our way, and we start to see it, especially as we progress into the summer. And notice how it is currently out over the Atlantic, but it's headed into the Gulf of Mexico. And by the middle of next week on Wednesday, we could actually have a little extra haze in the sky from that dust. Really quickly, so far this month, 3.3 degrees above average. We started cool the first week. It's been hot ever since. Right now, we're at 99 with a dew point of 63. Feels like it's 101, so not that bad in terms of the heat index compared to what we've been enduring. 100 in Castroville, 99 New Braunfels right now. Tomorrow morning, we start the day at 77. By the afternoon, we're up to 99, just about 100 degrees briefly at 5 p.m. and feeling like it's just a little bit warmer than that. And as I mentioned before, those rain chances, they come back into the picture ever so slightly as we get into next week. You know, speaking of my research and development zone and the heat that we've had lately, As I was working in my we just need a good name for it. We can come up with a name for my garage, but and it's multi-purpose zone. But I was thinking of the heat, and it is very hot working around a 400-degree heat press in the hot garage to make the scales for the thermometers. It actually is very beneficial in the wintertime, and I enjoy turning it on in the garage in the wintertime. But this time of year, I don't enjoy having to turn it on. It takes a while to heat up, but it takes 400 degrees and high pressure to transfer the ink onto the metal in order to make the scales. So this thermometer right here, this homemade thermometer that I have, fresh off the press, literally. And it's so hot, 400 degrees, that when I have to let it sit out and cool or use a pair of tongs to grab it and set it somewhere else to cool. It's so hot. Anyway, Sarah Ramirez of Converse, you're the winner of this homemade thermometer. You go to KSAT.com/thermometer to enter the drawing.
Maybe your laboratory or something like that.
No, you got to say it with the accent. The laboratory.
Yeah,
oh, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
And a pipe.
Perfect.
My laboratory.
Well, maybe we could have a contest to name your garage.
There we go.
Okay.
Caskyland.
Caskyland.
That's more accurate, probably.
We'll be right back.
I'll wait.
In the buzz today, for the first time, astronomers have been able to hear the celestial hum of powerful gravitational waves echoing across the universe. They say the waves were likely created by collisions between supermassive black holes.
Now, some of those waves slowly undulate as they pass through our Milky Way galaxy. The study involved more than 190 scientists over 15 years. The discovery could help scientists better understand cosmic phenomena such as supermassive black holes and how often galaxies merge.
Interesting.
Yeah, the sound.
Tomorrow's another CPS Energy peak demand day, yellow day between 3 and 8 p.m. Do your best to conserve energy. Avoid using the oven, the washers, dryers, and stuff like that between 3 and 8 p.m. And if you do have an electric vehicle, it's best to charge that overnight. Anyway, looking at our forecast, hey, temperatures dropping, mid-90s for highs next week. It's an improvement with isolated rain chances possible starting on Monday. We don't expect much in terms of coverage, but cross your fingers for your neighborhood. At least there's some percentages on the 7-day for a change.
Yeah, there's something there. Thanks, Adam. And thank you for watching the news at 6.
See you back here on the Night Beat at 10.